okay, cause I'm getting them rich.
I feel ashamed that I have to shame my mother like this. I feel hurt about it. I was raised in Mississippi in the South by my grandmother and my great-grandmother, and they always told me, protect my mother, to honor my mother, and never hurt my mother's feelings.
Where was your mother when you were being raised by your grandmother and great-grandmother?
She was in the military, sir.
Okay. How many years?
3.
Okay.
3 to 5, I think.
All right, so she was only gone from your life 3 to 5 years?
No, sir, I was still being raised by her. She was living in South Carolina. And,
how many years were you with her under the same roof?
My mother?
Yes.
2 years in elementary school, in 10th grade through the 12th.
Have the two of you always had a good relationship, or what has your relationship been like?
No, sir. Ever since I was 5 years old, my mother looked me in my eyes and told me that she always loved herself more than she ever loved me.
She told you that more than once?
Told me more, from a child all the way up to about 18 years old, my mother looked me dead in my eyes and tell me this, Your Honor. Look me dead in my eyes. I would have rather her lock me in a closet.
That's pretty hard to believe.
I would have rather her lock me in a closet.
Have you ever said this to him?
Your Honor, I did say that to him. I said that to him.
Often?
No, sir. I actually told him that once.
Well, how old was he?
He was about 16, 17 years old. And if I may, I did tell my son that I would love myself more than I loved him, because in order for me to be a mother to him, I have to love myself first. And then I can love someone else. Then I can take care of someone else. But if I do not love and take care of myself, how am I going to be able to love and take care of the people who I'm...
All right.
Did
you think it would cause him damage?
Well, my son is a brilliant man. He's been raised. He's been raised not only by myself as a single parent. My son has been raised with the company and the blessing of my family. We've all raised him. We come from a very strong military
So you
family.
were in the household outside of the military?
Of course I was. When I served in South Carolina, after I got out of my training and I got my permanent duty station, my son was with me.
How old was he?
He was with me when he was 3 years old up until the time he was about 4 or 5. Then I took him back home to Mississippi for my family to help me raise him while I was performing my military duty to this country. So at any points in times where I was stable within the military, I would get my son back.
How old was he when you left the military?
Well, I went into the United States Navy in 1987. My son was right under 3 years old when I left, and then he stayed with his father during that time. And I got out of the military in 1991. In 91, I moved into public housing because I wanted to finish my education. I moved to Washington, D.C. to go to Howard University. I took my son then back to my family so that I could get myself settled in Washington, D.C. So from 92 to about 94, 95, my son was living with my mother and then with my grandmother.
Why?
Because at that time I was a struggling student. I wasn't able to take care of the both of us in Washington, D.C.
Oh, and I forgot you put yourself first. So go ahead. What else? That's what you just said.
Yes,
that.
Sir.
What are you talking about?
Sir.
You say I got to put myself first in order to be able to take care of the child. Yeah, I looked him in his eye and I told him that. You abandoned your child, left him for your mother and your grandmother to raise. Let's go ahead, sir. You see the damage it has caused this man, and you sitting up here. I had to put myself first, and I know it may have damaged him, and he probably has lifelong problems, but I had to put myself first because I could only help him if I put myself first. Well, I got news for you. You didn't help him. You damaged him. You didn't help him at all. You damaged him. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. I had to deal with that. And like I said, I felt like I would have rather been thrown in a closet, fed cold grits, oatmeal, anything to hear that from my mother, you know. And I don't understand, Ma, how you can stand here with a smirk on your face and not feel for me. I'm your only begotten son, Mama. And after all them years you done said that to me, Mama, you can stand here with smiling. That's not right, Mama. I'm your child, ain't I, Mama? don't you supposed to protect me from all enemies, foreign and domestic, mama? Don't you supposed to protect me, mama? And you'll sit here with a smirk on your face. I didn't want to do this to you, mama. I didn't want to shame you like this. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
No, you're telling her what she needs to hear.
I didn't want to do this to you, mama.
I'm sorry.
And I'm still like that wounded, battered wife that want to protect her husband. I'm still like that wounded child saying, apologizing to you, that I'm sorry that I had to do this to you, mama. I'm still that child.
I hope she doesn't have a smirk on her face, and I hope you're misinterpreting that. Is he misinterpreting that, isn't he, ma'am?
Well, Your Honor, I think his perception of me is quite different from the reality.
You know, we're talking about the smirk he believes you have on your face today. As I sit here and fight off tears, I look over there and you do have a different look than a person who was very sad and a person who was very touched by what he just said.
Yes, sir. I love my son, and I always will. And he's always known this. I have provided everything I could as a single parent for my son.
Say he's always known it.
Yes, he has always known it.
Let's move on, sir. All right.
Sir, I just want to...
you're unpaid. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. Like I said, she's supposed to protect me. She co-conspired to hide a daughter from me with another woman, telling this woman he don't want to, don't talk to him, talk to me. He said he don't want nothing to do with y'all. 8 years passed, Your Honor. She's going behind my back. She's supposed to protect me. No matter what, how can somebody come to you, mama? How can somebody come to you and betray your only begotten son, mama? That is treacherous. Ain't nobody did that to you.
Coming up next on Judge Manthis.
I cannot tell this court about my relationship with my son in this amount of time. First of all...
He did. And I don't know if you sized it up or not, but he resents you because of the way you damaged him, because of the things you've said to him.
And later.
First off, who left who?
I left her.
I asked him to leave.
You put him out.
Exactly.
No, she did. I left her.
I believe you got put out.
No, I left her. I left her. I had another... I ain't gonna get into that.
Because he's a liar and a cheater. He know that he got put out.
Yeah, I got it. No, I didn't get put out. She co-conspired to hide a daughter from me with another woman, telling this woman, don't talk to him, talk to me. He said he don't want nothing to do with y'all. 8 years passed, Your Honor. She's going behind my back.
Plaintiff Jihad Mahdi is suing his mother, who he claims conspired to hide his daughter from him.
Tell me about the bill you're suing for.
The bill, in June of this year, I get something hit on my credit score, a BGE bill. In a D.C. area, it's gas and electric. I haven't had no gas and electric in my name because every place I lived, when I lived out there, was all utilities included.
I know you're not about to tell me she put...
Yes, sir.
...electricity in your name without your permission?
In one of her rental properties.
How did you find out it was her then?
When I called BGE, they telling me, no, it's you. This has been on since 2009 to 2014. I said, how can y'all let a bill go up to over $1,500?
Did you mention it to your mother?
I was so angry.
Right.
It was no way possible for me to speak to her respectfully.
Yeah.
So I waited, Your Honor. I put it off. Just can't wait no longer. How can I do this without? I reached out to my mother. I ain't spoke to my mother in years. Last time I seen my mother was in May at my son's graduation. The last time.
Tell me about when you called her about the bills, what did she say?
When I called my mother about the bills, I said, Mama, you put a BGE bill in my name. It's done affected my credit score. She on the phone, oh, okay, all right. I called him tomorrow. No remorse, no affection, no lie. Baby, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Oh, it affected your credit score? I'm sorry. I handle that now. She didn't say that.
Let me hear from you, ma'am.
Okay, there's a lot of things, Your Honor. First of all, I cannot tell this court about my relationship with my son in this amount of time. First of all,
He did. And I don't know if you sized it up or not, but he resents you because of the way you damaged him, because of the things you've said to him. Now, I want to talk about this bill. Whatever you're about to talk about, that's dead. The bill. What about the bill?
Okay, let me talk about the bill.
Let him talk about the bill,
Talk about the bill, Your Honor. My son was managing one of my properties, and yes, he is correct. I did put the bill in his name.
Without his permission?
No, sir. No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
When did he give you permission?
He gave me permission before I called BG&E. When
he called you about it, did you remind him?
Did I remind him?
Yes.
No, sir. I forgot about it.
No. You should have remembered when he called you.
Yes, sir. I'm going to tell you, Your Honor. I was so shocked that my son had ever called me.
Got that. We're past that.
Okay.
So, this bill, when he asked you about it, why didn't you remind him that, son, you agreed? That was never your response?
No, sir. It wasn't.
All right. Why not? Why didn't you explain to him?
Because, Your Honor, my son has a violent
Got you.
history.
Okay, he would have gotten violent. All right. Judgment for the plaintiff, $2,133. Good luck to you. I'm so happy for you that you've done so well. Thank you. Your grandmother and your great-grandmother did a great job after your mother abandoned you. Good luck to you. Judgment for the plaintiff.
No matter what, son, I'm going to always love you, no matter what you think.
Show me, Mama.
That's all I have to say.
Don't betray me. Don't walk away from me, Mama. Why betray?
That's all I have to say.
I wasn't here to shame my mother, you know, but what's right is right, and it's no courtroom on the Western Hemisphere, Eastern Hemisphere that can punish